The Speaker recognizes the Honorable Kate Siegel.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It really has been an honor to be able to stand here and join the club of third-termers. We don't all get to meet this spot and reach it, but I do have to say, over talking this past summer, we are all a little sick of the question, what are you doing next? Now, in hindsight, we have been jokingly saying if we had $1 for every time we heard that, we might have been able to solve the road funding problem by now. But unfortunately, hindsight is 2020. And the only thing I'm going to leave my future colleagues with is the fact that we have the new chairs. They are finely ergonomically designed and much more comfortable. But I should warn you, since you've gotten the new chairs, session has directly been significantly longer since we have the new chairs. So while you may be more comfortable, you are going to be here for a lot longer time. I have enjoyed my job for these last 6 years so much, and I thank the people of the 62nd District, both the old and the new, for the ability to serve. I have had the honor of representing Kellogg's, the 110th Air Wing, the Federal Center, Albion College, Albion Kids Museum, and so many fantastic people. And I thank them for being able to serve all 6 years. And I also have to add, I've managed to do 6 years there and 6 years on the county commission and haven't gotten bit by a dog once. When I was first elected to this chamber, my daughter's description of my job was, "Mommy goes to meetings." Well, that first term, I did have a lot of meetings, but luckily it was for a really good cause because we were able to save the Michigan Youth Challenge Academy from closing its doors. This program really is a jewel for our state. It helps everybody here and all of our districts, and it is one that I am really proud to have been able to keep open over these years. And I will be there on Saturday celebrating the graduation of Class 31, which 5 years ago we didn't think would ever happen. Then my second term started. My daughter's description of my job became, "Mommy helps people." I have to tell you, I liked that description a lot better. And it really made me incredibly proud that that's what she thought and knew that I did for people. And thanks to an incredible staff team, we have been able to help a man get the surgery he needed to have a liver transplant. And he had 3 young kids. He is now doing great and able to enjoy his family. We were able to help Gloria finally get the motor scooter that she needed for mobility because for months they couldn't get it right. And we even took the time to sit down with Larry, who was dying, and wanted to talk with me directly about what we need to do more to allow people to die with dignity in our state. Now, serving the district is the most rewarding part of our job, but I have to tell you there's a couple of people I would like to acknowledge for making the time in Lansing a little bit more fun. So to Chairman Lunt, I didn't think it was possible that we would ever find anything we agreed on. We actually did. So to all of you, the only thing I will say is to the future drivers of Macomb and Calhoun County, watch out. To Speaker Pro Tem Walsh, I still object to your visual impairment. So I have a slight gift for you to help you with that issue. And please do pass it on to Representative Leonard so he doesn't fall victim to the same visual complications that come with that position. And to my good friend, Majority Floor Leader Stamas, it has been an absolute pleasure to work with you and against you. You are the only man that I have known that has shown so much interest into my footwear. But then again, I never knew just how much of my basketball skills I retained. It is nice to know that I can still check people, even if it is into their desk. And to Chief Dixon and your team, but especially to Chief Dixon, we've all said you guys have been great, but you literally had my back. I don't want to relive the day that I turned around and saw a group of state troopers charging at me, but I can't tell you how relieved I was to know that Chief Dixon was between me and that group. So thank you for doing that and having my back. Now I could spend all day having lots of wonderful stories about all my incredible colleagues, but frankly, the real work happens with the staff, and that's who's the most important. I have been blessed with a dedicated, passionate, and witty staff during my tenure, And they've sacrificed so much to be here and to work with us because let's be honest, we do not pay them nearly enough. They affectionately call themselves Team Siegel, and I have been honored to have them working alongside me. To John Hanson, your sense of humor and breadth of experience is awesome. Your advice, even when it wasn't asked for, was usually right and much needed. You are still missed at Eggs and Issues, and we are going to miss you when you retire. To Travis Redina, who was my first hire, his job prior to working for the House was videotaping a congressional opponent for somebody, and I figured if he could do that, he could do anything, and I was right. I am waiting for the day that when the Team Siegel will become Team Redina, but I have to warn you, we probably will not be donning the maize and the blue. And to Gary Garbarino, thank you for making following the rules so much fun. And Lisa Metcalf, you brought order to my life and made sure that things didn't slip, at least when I remembered to look at my calendar. And while most people have to call their boss about car troubles or issues with the kids, I will miss your calls with what's going on about the cows. She has very creative cows. And to Ian, you joined the team late, but you were still invaluable. The Michigan Youth Challenge Academy graduates will remember you ever, and I'm sure you will do very well in your next job and be very happy you don't have to schedule for 120-some cadets when they come up here. To Annalisa Grunwald, you have been an absolutely awesome policy staff person on insurance. You are brilliant and a dear friend. I never knew we could make insurance so much fun. But now that you are an attorney, I am much more thankful because we now have attorney-client privilege and none of those stories will ever get out. To Liz Krantz and Jeremy Hurlichek, who often get forgotten on our teams, thank you for all the work you have done. Liz has always gone above and beyond, has made sure that everybody knows what Siegel Red is in the Calhoun County. And Jeremy, you always have the very difficult job of trying to get a good picture of me. But some of them will be hanging in my house forever, and they're very honored, and I appreciate them. And I've saved the last and the best for last. To my husband, Mike, and my daughter, Elise. To my best friend and husband, Mike, I can't thank you enough for all those date nights that were actually district events, for all the times you had to redo your schedule because session ran late, and all the times you patiently waited for constituents to stop telling their stories so we could leave the grocery store or the restaurants or any other place we were. I appreciate it. It's been an incredible 15 years, and we're just warming up. So thank you for all you have done. And for my daughter, Elise, who was literally born into politics. Within hours of the announcement of her birth going out, there was a lot of phones ringing in Calhoun County because I was not going to make it to the event that night to get reelected as vice chairwoman. While some might have tried to get me out of that position that night, we prevailed and I kept my position. But since that time, my daughter has seen all the ugly parts of politics. She has seen the bad mailers, the nasty robocalls, and how awful people really can be to each other. But I am very happy to say that her job description for her mommy's job now is, Mommy has the job I'm going to have one day. And I am happy to say that she has not ruled out DC or governor. So be on the watch for Elise Siegel in the future. So yes, my time in this chamber is at a close, but if anyone here starts messing with the Michigan Youth Challenge Academy, you know I will be back. But thank you for the great 6 years and for the joy and pleasure of serving with all of you, and thank you.